Americans are racking up more phantom debt. And if you know what phantom debt is, this whole buy now, pay later type of stuff. And that's a problem when you see how this thing actually works. So, Rob, run another poll. Again, I'm curious. I know we ran it last time. How many people have used a buy now, pay later system ever? Just buy now, pay later.
BNPL.
Just ask that question.
Is that what it is?
See what people will tell you there. So buy now, pay later loans, which can be challenging to track, have surged in popularity with a 14% year-over-year increase during the holidays, according to Adobe data. This type of debt, often not reported to credit agencies, is referred to as phantom debt, and it could indicate that total household debt levels are higher than traditional measures suggest, warns Tim Quinlan, senior economist at Wells Fargo. Managing multiple buy now, pay later loans with different payments dates is a challenge, potentially leading to increased consumer debt. BNPL, again, buy now, pay later, could lead to an increase in consumer debt as consumers may be more likely to take additional debt if they know they can spread out payments. A survey revealed that 42% of buy now, pay later borrowers made late payments toward those loans. Tom.
Damn. Well, guess what? Remember what happened to credit card debt. It smashed the 1 trillion ceiling right at the end of September. Remember?
Yeah.
Went right back up. We talked about this at length. It got down a little under $500 billion during COVID, and all of a sudden it's over $1 trillion. So, but we also saw that wages weren't really up, and the workforce really didn't grow, dramatically. So that means those folks put them in debt for $1 trillion. And along comes BNPL. Companies saying, hey, click here, buy now, pay later. And Pat talked about this on a podcast, and he explained the difference between a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. So it was a soft inquiry on people's credit. So it doesn't show up on the credit report. Yet, so they got to find a way to buy whatever it is they want to buy. So they use BNPL, where they break something into like 3-4 payments, and suddenly they're in more debt than actually their credit report reveals.
So wait, because Tom, my brain, when you guys talk about money and BNP, all that crap. So you're saying that consumers are putting themselves deeper in the hole. So like, let's say I want to max out my credit card, but I still want to buy more stuff. I can do it, and they let me do it, right?
Yeah, BNPL,
so
you can do it.
So it's BNP. So it's buy now, pour later. Is that what you're making?
That's one way
So I'm
to
going to
look
be
at
broke
it.
as shit.
By the way, you
little rat.
I hit that nail on the head.
You know the layaway concept. The layaway concept was you didn't get the product.
Yeah, you have to keep paying till
you have to keep paying until you get the product. Which, by the way, that's great to have a layaway product.
Yeah.
This is like layaway product, but you get what you want up front. Why would you do that? This is like saying you're going to college, but we're going to give you the 4-year degree up front, even though it's going to take 4 years for you to really get it. But guess what? For the sake of helping you get a better job, take this 4-year degree up front. We know later on you're going to get it. What a stupid system, right? To do that. But
no
you're hurting people hardcore, getting into more debt, as if we're not already in too much debt. You're adding even more to it, and people are using it.
So they're hoping, because they're like, okay, we'll give it to you. They're hoping you start missing those payments, because once you miss a payment, what does it jump up to?
No, it skyrockets.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But by the way, no surprise, America's got $1 trillion credit card debt, and 42% of the buy now, pay later that started on Black Friday has been late.
Oh, weird.
Rob, what's the poll look like?
What a surprise.
Yeah, weird, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, let's go to the next story here.
Can I just add one thing? Because I didn't get a chance to weigh in on this. But
We're not going to go to everybody. I don't go to Vinny every time. But if you have something real quick, go for it.
Well, what we realized is that since COVID, this K-shaped economy is a real thing. They talk about the difference between Wall Street and Main Street. For those of us lucky enough to know how finances work, and you've saved that money, you've invested, 1%. Life's great. Everyone thinks, like, Vinny, we had this conversation the other day. What do you think the current inflation rate is the other day? Everyone's like 8, 12, 15. Current inflation rate is 3%, but there's a COVID hangover. So people don't realize that the economy has gotten better, but for people at the top. If you're at the bottom and you're the 2/3 of America that's living paycheck to paycheck, you're struggling. Unemployment. People think that unemployment is at 20%. Sorry, it's at 3.5%. So people think the economy is a lot worse than it is, because those are the people on Main Street. People on Wall Street, they're doing great. Everyone wants to know, hey, there's a recession this year. It's going to happen in 2024. Turns out the stock market went up 25% freaking percent. Meanwhile, you have the people living paycheck to paycheck. I just did a video across the street. at this Amscot. You familiar with that?
Yeah.
Where it's the payday loans.
Oh, that's the
Where
worst
are the
place.
money people? I went in there. I'm like, hey, if you want to get your money absolutely wrecked, come visit here us at Amscot. They show you on the signs in the building that they charge 400%, 500%, 300%, what it is. And people are doing it. There's a line out the door. I'm like, you guys are getting your ass kicked by Amscot. Shout out to Amscot right now. So,
by the way, check this out. 240 branches, 2,000 plus employees, has been around since 1989.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's not a business for it.
There's a business model for the poor just getting poor. And that's the unfortunate thing. And Pat, you touched on this a million times during COVID. Where do you think the money flows when you give out free money and you give out stimulus checks? It's going to flow to the top. We saw who became the richest man in the world during COVID. It wasn't Elon Musk. It was Bernard Arnault, he owns LVMH, which stands for Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. They own everything. Gucci, Prada, Moet, this, that. They own every store in the mall. And this guy became the richest guy in the world because everyone got their stimulus checks. They didn't pump it into a Roth IRA. They pumped it into a new bag from Balenciaga. And that's exactly what happened.
He looks like Joe Biden's cousin. Look at him.
You know, there's a very interesting. We'll get on the next thing here. But my parting shot, Pat, is there's a very interesting rule of thumb that says take all the stimulus that's given to every household that's under 100 grand. That's 2 people making 50. Just take 12% of it, and that's what's and that's the net gain for the stock market. Why? It's EBITDA, because they spent it all, and it ends up on the bottom line profit for all the companies on the stock market that made all the stuff that they just bought.
Listen, let me talk to certain people here right now. So I have a few people that I'm talking to this year, and to the people whose income grows, but you're constantly broke, you don't have an income problem. To the people that, if you were broke making $50K a year, and you said, if I only make more money, I'm going to be better. Then you're broke at 100K. Then you're broke at $250,000. Then you're broke at $500,000. Then you're broke at $1 million. You're going to be broke no matter how much money you ever make. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not talking about the power of broke, like, hey, always when you get money,
Gardner.
let it go out and all that. Not Chris Gardner, David John. That's like a bad moment you just had right there. But
that's okay.
Yeah,
in the pursuit of happiness.
That interview is like, hey, Samuel Jackson. I'm not Sam. You think just because I'm black, I'm Samuel Jackson, I'm Lawrence Fishburne. Anyways, so if you're constantly making that, increasing your income, but you don't have savings, there's a problem. At whatever level, I posted something on Twitter just a minute ago. Rob, if you want to go pull this up, I literally posted this morning. And I said, everyone has a reputation. If you just click on that and zoom in a little bit, because, there you go. Go a little bit. I said, everyone has a reputation, some good, some bad. Your actions determine your reputation in the marketplace. New Year's Eve, 2002, I'm at In-N-Out Burger in Universal Studios, literally in the backside with another guy that we split the In-N-Out Burger, and we got water with lemon and sweetened loaf. Yeah. You know why? Because that's called lemonade. And we split the double-double. He gets one, he gets half, I get half. And what's the Ryan Seacrest is doing the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Then I'm sitting there saying, what a freaking shitty way to go into a new year, okay? Going through a bad breakup. I got not a penny to my name. I'm $49,000 in debt. Life sucks. I'm asking God, I'm talking to myself, do I go back and join the Army? Is that what I do? Do I just go back and do 20 years? Because I've already done 2.5 years with a little bit of reserve, which means I got probably 5 years. I only need to do 15 more years. What do I do there? And then in my mind, I'm like, what's your reputation? Because my dad would say, you're this, you're that, you're that. I made a list of reputation that I had in the marketplace. Out of everything I wrote down, I wanted my new reputation to be, and it came down to one thing. I wanted the new reputation to be, whatever Pat says he's going to do, it's going to get done. I wanted my word to cash my many big checks, and it was going to take a bold, new reputation. I wanted to bring confidence in the people who believed in me and put the fear of God in those who didn't. I know it sounds a bit dark, but that's me. It was the hardest reputation to build because the pressure that it comes with. But just like shooting free throws, the percentage of things getting done kept increasing higher and higher and higher. We have a big vision with a ton of work to do, but the reputation of getting things done got started back in 2002. If you allow a reputation to linger around, it eventually becomes a permanent reputation. You know your reputation. You know who you are. No matter how much you make yourself feel good about your reputation, your actions have caused you the reputation that you currently have today, but you can choose to change that now. Never let the world dictate your reputation. If you do, they'll own you forever. Future looks bright. What's the point here? I don't care how much money you make. Start saving money. You going out to the party? I'm not coming. We're going out to the club Saturday night? Dude, I'm not coming. We're going to go over here. Dude, I'm not coming. We're going to go do this? I'm not coming. Save, invest, save. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Let your income increase 2, 3, 4, 5 times before you dramatically change your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. If you can afford to live in $1 million home, live in a $500,000 home. Mm-hmm. If you can afford to live in a $3 million home, live in $1 million home. If you can afford to live in a $10 million home, live in a $2 million home. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're like, man, this pillow got softer. I sleep better right now. I feel better. Mm-hmm. What the hell just happened all of a sudden? Because you made better decisions. So some people have an income problem, fine, but most people don't have an income problem. Most people have a saving and a spending problem that's haunting them. And when you are in debt and you're owing everybody money, you are just not in a good, weak place. You don't do husband better. You don't do friend better. You don't do business better. You don't do any of that stuff better. So that's my biggest thing when we're talking about buy now, pay later. Don't fall for all these bullshit gimmick traps that all these other guys are selling you. Just because everybody else is doing BNPL, whatever it's called, you don't need to fall for that trap. You go increase your market value, think about your vision long-term, what you want your life to look like, what you want your dreams to look like, and then make better decisions. One day you'll wake up and everyone's going to say, wait a minute, what happened to you, bro? How are you living this life? Bro, because all those 97 times you invited me to go smoke weed and party and do all that shit, I said no to you. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. And you went, okay? It's that simple. So we just have to make better decisions and not fall for this crap. When I see this number here, 3,400 people voted. 28% did a buy now, pay later. What's 28% on 3,400? That's about 1,000 people, right? Give or take, have done BNPL. Make a decision, guys. Don't do it. Do not fall for it.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.